You know, as contractors, we're involved in the day-to-day operation of our business, and it's very difficult for us to get information back in a concise manner. You know, so this has allowed us to come out here and in a 2-day period get information that might otherwise take months to collect. You know, part of the lead generation and the sustainable building has been directed more towards architects, engineers, and building contractors, and mechanical contractors. The plumbing contractors in and of themselves haven't necessarily been kept in the loop as much because there's not as much technology in the past. You know, it's emerging, obviously, and there hasn't been as much for us to get involved with. So this is, you know, rather exciting a time for us, because there is opportunity out there for the contractor to offer the consumer cost savings and truly provide a benefit to them.
Would you say that that's one of your biggest challenges, is the lack of information when it comes to what's out there, what the code organizations want to do, especially when yourself and others want to be as green as possible?
Well, absolutely. I mean, you're dealing with an industry that historically hasn't changed much over the last 100 years, and now you're asking it, you know, to change. So obviously there's going to be some standoffishness to this process. Plus, you know, people aren't used to the change. I mean, they're just not they don't adapt well to that. So I think that the process to getting people to learn the information and to accept the information that it is reality, and that will then produce the change that needed. But first we have to educate the contractors that this technology does work, and that it is beneficial to the customer, and that it is going to be the future of our industry, and then we'll get them to sign on, I believe. You know, obviously the industry doesn't want a repeat of the situation we had in the early 90s where we put products out that simply didn't work. The customer doesn't really care that, you know, whether it was a manufacturer's issue or an engineering issue or their plumbing issue. I mean, people don't want to buy a product and then me tell them as a contractor, well, your plumbing system that we put this product in isn't any good, so that's why it's not working. It just doesn't work. So, you know, obviously, you know, it has to work for everybody. The technology has to be adaptable to existing systems, and we need to educate the contractors across the country of which systems work and which ones don't. And this symposium gives us an opportunity to talk with the different stakeholders and put out ideas. You know, most of the plumbing designs were done in 30, 40, 50 years ago, and I don't know as an industry that we've actually taken all the new technologies and then put them all in one place and said, okay, let's look at this as a system again, and do we need to re-engineer the entire plumbing system and look at it from a starting standpoint as opposed to a build-on. I mean, it may be a point in time now where we need to look at entirely new designs and re-engineer the whole process.